SVG. Like, comment, and share now.
All right, so welcome back. Welcome back. We have some responses to throw out for you. We would have shared the audio version of the video that Mr. Bramble, Fitz Bramble, the elected representative of East Kingstown, put up on his...
You want to play it again?
Yeah, I'm going to play it again.
Yeah, play it again.
Put up on his social media platform that gathered a bit of responses. Now, after hearing it the first time on the radio, you can hit us up and let us know how you feel, if you felt okay with him doing that, or if you thought that it was insensitive. All right, so we're gonna play it for you. Hi, Fitz. Good morning, Fitz Bramble. Fitzgerald Bramble. Honorable Minister, good morning to you. All right, so here it goes. Let's go back to the top there. Press that button.
Yeah, my name is Fitz Bramble, the parliamentary representative for East Kingstown. I'm just here with Gillian Rass Williams, the mother of the recently identified body of the murdered young lady, Precious Williams. We're here in Walvaroo, sitting on the steps of Gillian's house. And of course, this is a very, very sad and trying time for her. She's very distraught right now, so I don't know if Gillian, if you want to say anything right now or maybe later. And just to let you know that Precious was her daughter, and she's very, very sad at this time. Since the situation is still being investigated by the police, we don't want to say much right now. Gillian doesn't want to say much right now, but I'm sure in due course you will hear from her. But in the meantime, just give her the love and the support that she really needs at this point in time. Thank you very much.
So,
Was that video for... What was the purpose of that video, Fitz?
social media likes and shares. Was it for empathy towards the mother? Whether or not it's biological or adopted mother towards the mother. Was it so that people could be empathetic towards her?
I don't agree with that video in terms of going there, and especially in that timing. It was too recent. Like, sometimes you could have waited. You could have waited before you decide to go there, because the video really didn't serve any purpose to me in terms of going there, considering that she just found out that bad news and who, you know. I want to do it. I want to do it.
As a politician,
especially as a politician,
representative.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done it.
This is your people.
Yeah.
Right, and your people.
I would have gone.
Right
I would have
now.
gone to see it, but I would have not. I wouldn't have videotaped it. Yeah, I feel like it's just like a show, a publicity stunt. Like, just my view. I wouldn't have done it.
What if normally
She didn't say anything in the video.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
She just had her
She's
hand.
in a state of grief, man. Putting a camera in front of my face during that time. Nah.
But she was just sitting there. I don't know if before the video was recorded. Of course, you would have to give consent, and she would have been. She would have said. She would have had to say, "Okay, it's okay to record and post it," because I mean, you wouldn't just go and record somebody, as you said, grieving right now.
Yeah, it's a bit insensitive to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the video, for those who are listening, she has her hand cupping her chin, and she has her mask. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Crash, I with you 125%, Jeff. It seemed like that was just for political mileage. And the timing, I mean, that's my opinion. I don't know what they were thinking and the wavelength they were thinking. That reminds me of when them funeral home gone hospital are waiting for people to death and rushing them to the business. So I think it was just there for political mileage, because
there was no content there.
Nothing from the video.
Exactly, there was no
Nobody
content
gained
there.
nothing from the video.
She didn't express herself to say my daughter was this kind of person. She was in shock.
Exactly. So and then to put on camera, I think that was a little bit distasteful.
Yeah.
Could I ask you a question, Max? Would it have been okay if a media host did it?
No, it was okay. It's not okay for nobody to do it. Only person who it was okay to do it is if that lady recorded herself and posted a video for herself. Nobody should have went and post nothing because, and obviously the woman, in my opinion, the woman did not ask to be recorded because she didn't have nothing to say or do. You understand? And she's in shock at that point. The whole country was in shock at that point when we find out that girl, because to be honest, prior to the picture being dropped, I wasn't as emotional as I was yesterday, to be honest. Because when I see that girl, I see my daughter. And I was like cold yesterday, Jed, and it's like when I saw the video, I tuned into the video, I watched the first 15 seconds of the video, I shook my teeth and turned off the video, to be honest. And I liked it a lot. But it's not even about what I like or what I don't like. The fact of the matter is, in that moment, to me, it was a bit distasteful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, and it's a sad reality, Jed. And where are we going to go from here? The question is now, where are we going to go from here? I saw a screenshot of somebody said the girl mother went to the police to file a missing person report. I'm not sure how true it is, and they say she's at the age of consent, therefore they can't do anything. And then later down in the comments, somebody confirmed that indeed happened to them because they went to file a missing person report for their cousin who was 17, and the police gave them the same energy.
Whoa.
So my question is, where do we go from here as a people? Remember, we tell United Nations Security Council we're going to increase safety for women and children, and a beating that till the day there.
Okay.
Until I feel that you are safe in St. Vincent Crystal.
All right.
Until me not feel like you safe, me not stop talking about them thing here. Because my daughter will come home and climb mango tree and climb plum tree, and me should just be comfortable. And me can't do that.
Okay. All right, thank you
All
so
right,
much.
later.
All right, 4571043.
I don't want person to get me wrong. There's no problem with him going there, and when you heard who it was, because he's the area representative, you would go there and you would visit the family, of course. But the video part for me, I think that was just a bit too much. That was a bit too much.
Okay, another call. Hello, good morning.
Morning, everybody. How you all keeping?
Good morning. Bram, this one
It's a sad at the moment. But one of the most crazy things is that, we still can't find time to come together, everybody. Both sides. We can't do that and have like one nice little something, a little piece something, a little get together, a little sing and step like we used to see a Carolyn and Grammar School step some years ago.
Yeah.
We still can't come together,
Because we fueled by division.
Well, to me, it gone past that. I mean, I did listening, and I said to myself, well, I mean, females. I mean, how females really going through that? They don't have to be a girlfriend and boyfriend to go through that. They just walk at mornings, they just walk at evening, they just go home to catch a van. The kind of, come out all together, bus to go Georgetown, come out all together, bus to go Spring Village from Chateau or wherever. I mean, it drives me. So it seems like if, like no laws there, and every time you raise it, you either beating the party, you either making the country look bad, or you didn't vote for the referendum. And I'm an old man, I get it. You have to tell them, say, well, boy, you're still young, but they was at my age at some point. But we're getting old, the younger one, and then they say, well, the children of the future, we really want this, that's true. But nobody getting together, nothing happening. I say we should go and pray downtown because, you're praying for me, if I ain't change my ways, nothing will happen.
Yeah.
But
at least it's something though, even though it might be able to change around 1, 2, 3, 10 people. You never know.
But this is what I say. Everybody, the government side is there. They say what they're supposed to say. The opposition might say something, and then they might tell it tomorrow morning. They make the country look bad, but then it's still not togetherness. And they will say, well, say, what? Or they come and we sit down and discuss. We still could have one little service down the road or one little meeting, and everybody it's like that we wrangling with each other. We could still come together as one, at least one Sunday evening.
How that go look?
And I was just about to ask him that.
I mean, okay, so the political parties have been in place for how long, right? Some people's whole lifetime. How many times in between, let me say for the past 20 years? We love to talk about 20, 21, 22 years. How many times did they come together as one?
For any cause at all. For any cause.
Hardly anything.
Why you think that is?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Well, that is the nature of politics. That is the nature of politics. There's always a river between them, always. No bridges.
Yes. We live in it right now. Some years ago, was a long time ago. We see Bob Marley bring two bad men together. Bad man is from the politics. Together in Jamaica, and then they had one big something, and everybody enjoyed themselves.
But
right now,
after that, right? Didn't they try to murder Bob Marley?
Well, yes. Yes. It's because of the same issue.
To bring it even more recent, they did that with Vibes Cartel and Movado. One did you know?
Okay. Well, I'm not the people crimes and all that too, but
Yeah,
that's a long story as well too.
Yeah.
But right now, I could recall some years ago, I think it was 1989. Yeah, there was 5 or so murders for crazy crimes. And Justice Saturang Singh, he was a bad man in them time as a judge, year 10 and 15 and lifetime. Said that was a bloody state of Sydney for 15 years. We had almost that same 4 or 5 for a year over a weekend, and we just clapped. Just recently we had that, like 4 over a weekend, and we just say, well,
Yeah. Was it 2 weekends ago?
Yeah, it is. I know time changed, and people say, well, man, they have crime all over the wall, but I live here. Start to talk about here, but I don't know. I don't know. But as I say, all the hearing is you didn't go to the referendum, so you can't get no hanging.
Let me ask you something before you go, right? How do you feel about what Fitz Bramble posted on his social media page?
I didn't see it.
Okay, but he was just saying the mother was sitting next to him on the step, and she did not say anything. The video was just about a minute long, but he was saying who she was, what happened. They're in shock and mourning right now, so people should come out, support her in this time of grief. How do you feel about that?
Well, it could be good. It could be good and it could be bad. It could look good and it could look bad. In his way, he might just say, well, you're offering a deep condolences and, trying to gain some support. Or that may say it's political, or that may say it's mileage, or you shouldn't do that or whatever. But as I say, I know. But it's plenty different things to it.
Okay.
It's plenty different pieces to it.
All right.
But I just had a feeling that some of the females wouldn't really feel too nice at something. They would change their walking time and all that kind of story, but then how much time they could change,
Why do we have to be the ones to change? Why the pressure has to be on us to change our routine, to get more weapons, to learn how to do this?
Well, it's really getting everybody, They don't really rush upon females alone now. They rush upon people.
True. Okay.
Anyway, but y'all have a good one.
All right. Same to you. Thanks. If you want to get in, you got to get in now. 457-1043.
We have some comments there. Somebody saying was it political publicity?
If it wasn't, it's kind of hard to say that it wasn't, because the video had very little content.
Yeah, that's what I'm...
And the mother did not say anything. She was just there like this with her hand on
we have quite a few responses.
Okay,
so let me go through. Mr. Bramble did the right thing because people were speculating that she had no mother and her family didn't care.
Okay.
So in that that sense, it kind of...
So, okay, a call coming in. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Well,
hey, good morning.
I'll just pick up on the conversation there, and all I want to say, social media at work. Social media at work. Not all of us are caught up in social media, like myself, even though I may have access to that. But this is the generation of today, so to speak. And what is happening never happened in my sort of, youthful days growing up in St. Vincent and Grenadines. And we now, maybe you, Crystal, and whoever is there with you, have to know how to deal. And Crash, Crash. Well, I don't like the name there at all, boys.
Yeah.
But you all got to know how to deal with this. I asked a question where all of this is concerned, and you all can condemn me or whatever. Is spirituality, is our spirituality at work? Do we believe in a God? Do we believe in all the good teachings of the Bible? Or we put that second place, third place, or whatever? I am not a Christian, but having been around, having brought up in a way, having to go to church, Sunday school, and all of that, how much of that now makes a difference? Or how much does that mean to a lot of us in today's society? I am terribly disturbed, annoyed, and so on. And if I don't allow myself time to think and contemplate and know how to work out these things, I can get myself caught up. I believe in the same thing. We all are human beings. We all are
sir.
flesh and blood people.
Okay.
Right? So it's all up to those. As I say, what you cultivate, whatever we cultivate in our society, we will reap it. Thank you.
All right. Have a good day. All right. Moving along.
Persons
Hello. Good
in-
morning.
Oh,
Sorry.
Wow.
Hello. Good morning.
Morning, Crystal. Morning, Crash.
Hey, good morning.
Just one request I need to ask of y'all before I continue. I need y'all to play this John King song, How Many More?
How many more?
You know?
Must carry this
I think
load.
you
That
should-
one?
Should listen to
Yeah. Telling him.
Yeah.
How many more?
How many more?
I saw the video. In fact, it was sent to me with the Honorable Fitz Bramble. And as a media person, it is our duty to photograph what is happening in public. But we have to do it in a way. I mean, if she was by herself grieving, this would have carried a lot more impact than a politician sitting by her making a statement that says plenty and says nothing at the same time. Because Crystal, you did ask that story if it was that question if it was a media house, so that's why I said this. However, from last Thursday, when word went out that the remains of a female was found, there was very little outcry. There was practically nothing. And that is why I remember yesterday morning I called and I pleaded for someone to come forward. Because whether you know the person or not, it is somebody's daughter, it is somebody's child, it is somebody's son. And this, I think, is where we really need to look into ourselves and find that humanity. I can say off the bat that the police officers who were on the scene and who saw it, they are not showing it. But I am telling you, they are troubled by it. To find a body in a bag like this. I mean, it is not a case where two persons were fighting. That goes beyond that. Somebody needs to pay. Sad to say, the Pratt and Morgan ruling is tying up death by hanging, whether we like it or not. It has nothing to do with a referendum. It has nothing to do with a political party. It has nothing to do with a government. It is a ruling that has tied up governments in the British Commonwealth to enforce death by hanging. This discovery of this young girl, there are so many stories going about. When you go out and you try to speak to people who would have a pretty good idea of who she is, her achievements, her aims, her objectives. There are many stories going about. it is we as media people to not to hide anything, but to try to minimize the pain. Because, like it or not, as a parent, this is a pain.
It is.
That will not go away, and I'm speaking from experience.
Well, that's
No
from
matter
that's
you
from
trust.
that's from the media, from a media person's view, how you would deliver the story, right?
Yes,
But in terms of a
if-
politician, how would you, seeing that he did that, what is your view on that?
Okay, there are actually two examples in that case. Luke Brown did put out a statement
Yeah.
that when you read the statement, I mean, one, it is expected, and it is something that we all should attempt to do, to fight it and empathize with this family and what else have you. The statement by Honorable Fitz Bramble, he's the elected rep. While I understand that as the elected rep, you want to go and sympathize, yes. But the statement he made really, it says a lot and it says nothing. Which means he should not have made it. Should not have made it.
Okay.
Frankly, he could have made a better statement than that.
All right.
Should have. But in all, Crystal and Prague, I
It's
don't
hard.
know how persons are feeling out there. But there are those out there. I speak it back up to last night. I was speaking to a police officer, and he's saying that it is a fight to hold emotions within. Because as a police officer, you have to be there for people. You have to be there to investigate. You have to be there to talk to people. But it is a hard thing for them because it could be their own daughter, it could be their own cousin, it could be that of a friend. And even before it was discovered, it is that of Precious. There are people out there I spoke to, and they were like, "Oh, Father, why? Nobody has come forward." It was a pain.
It was.
But we need to look beyond just making statements and blaming politicians for what is happening today. We need to find the humanity in ourselves. We as drivers, a child wants to cross the road. We need to help that child cross the road. We need to help that older person cross the road. We need to ensure, hey, lady, your child is walking behind you. Please have the child to walk in front of you. Those little things we need to do. Bring back the humanity in us. Bus operators, bus conductors, how you treat people when you board the bus. It's like you just throw in bags of garbage inside a bus.
Compassion. People need to stop accepting that too.
Right. We need to, Crystal. And like I tell people, I remember a friend back home once saying sometimes many of us do not understand what is happening until we come face to face with it. I mean, as a media person over the years, having to deal with families who have lost loved ones one way or another through violence, through natural causes, but the pain is
It's
the
hard.
pain is the same, and
Yeah.
people need to understand that we need to find. It is not church. It is not politics. It is we as a community. We need a man beating his woman for what? We need to stop him, pull him aside, have a serious talk with him. I mean, yesterday, for example, while waiting to follow up a lead, I'm in town, and there is this lady on the phone speaking to someone, and it looked like something ain't working, and she's frustrated. and she has two children with her. One probably about 8, 9, the other one about 2, 3 years old. And you know, children, they are curious. They want to see this, they want to see that, they want to know about that. And she's so frustrated right in town by the Iron Man. She is there slapping up the little boy. I had to call her and say, hey, you talk to him. Oh, he's troublesome. I say, children are troublesome. Children are curious. And we adults need to understand that. We as adults go places and we are curious about what is happening. What is this? What is that? Children are curious. Children...
They don't know their own danger.
Thank you. We have to just monitor them. A friend gave me a ride on Sunday. I have my bag on my lap. The little girl sitting in the back in the baby seat. She has her bag. But I had to take the bag. She wanted it. And she put it on her lap. Because I have my bag on my lap.
Yeah.
and that is what I'm saying out to people now.
Yeah.
Please step back. Find the humanity in yourself when you're dealing with children. Be patient. If you're not patient, if you are not patient, please
learn.
Have protected sex. Because the moment you have a child, your time is not your own no more.
Okay.
You have a woman, you have a boyfriend, all your time is not even yours. You have to be patient with each other. And that's why we have this incident there with Precious Williams. No matter what she may have done, I am in no position to judge her. However, if we find the humanity in ourselves, a lot of what is happening today, the things we say about each other, the things we help others plan for each other, won't be happening.
Okay.
Thanks, Crystal. And again, I hope you all accede to my request, not for me, but I'm asking people, please, just listen to the words of that song. What is happening around us? And make a decision. Thanks, Crystal, and I hope... Why, I don't know.
It's all right. Okay, thank you so much for your contribution. Okay, remember we had this voice note here to play for... Let's go.
Hey, morning. There's a lot of things going on in this country that a lot of we are unaware of. Some of we are aware of it and just, choose to ignore it. But a lot of these young children from anyway 12 to 20 something, they're joining gangs right now. If you look, you check the profile, is gangs. You see them in tongue gang thing. So, I mean, some of them might play ignorant to why certain things happen. Or we might want to believe that is why things happen. But things happen for a reason, We might say it's gruesome, something gruesome. But, we know what she do, what she involves herself in, or what's not. But that's the world today. As the song says, let's just be real.
You have some comments?
Yeah, I have some here. Someone said they're talking about the video, in relation to the video. He did the right thing. As soon as they get details, he went and he visited her mom.
Okay.
Yeah, there's quite a few more here.
Let me throw out one. Good morning, Crystal. I just want to know something. As a mother, how could a mother, after filing a missing persons report and the police did nothing, hearing they found a body of a female in a bag, not go frantically to see if it's her daughter? I'm just wondering. I would have run like I was being chased by 10 cheetahs. No. Here's maybe one reason why, because you're probably hoping that it's not your daughter, and you're probably in denial, not justifying anything, but I'm just saying, if there's a bit of hesitancy, you're hoping that it's somebody else coming forward to say that it was identified as somebody else. because you probably just didn't believe that that sort of thing would happen to your daughter, you know? And it is terrifying just to imagine, let alone to go through that, just to imagine your family member being murdered the way that they were and having to stand over their lifeless body and say, that is my daughter. It'll be hard for somebody to run towards that. Boy, that rough. A real rough. My heart goes out to the family and friends, by the way.
I have another one here. Because of the video, that mother is being bashed, saying she's not dissorted, like she don't care. I personally don't think that was the call for. Visit her, yes, but the video wasn't called for. Everyone has their way of grieving, but not everyone is gonna understand that.
So people are bashing her
under the comments.
Under the comments of the video and saying that she was a poor mother, poor parent. Are they also saying that I think I read that somebody said she looks like she doesn't care? Watch the video good and analyze it for a bit.
Yeah.
One, she ain't saying nothing. Two, she kind of staring into space. Three, she has her hand under her chin and she is shaking her mask as her hands are on her, well, her other hand is on her leg. People respond differently to trauma, to grief, to death. One person might be in complete denial. Another person might break down, bawling, kicking, screaming on the ground. It doesn't mean that those two people are not experiencing the same emotions.
Yeah. And usually it takes a while for it to really hit you. It'll be like a few days later, she'll probably... The thing is for social media. And then they're bringing comparison now to the post that was made by Luke Brown. I think you saw that?
Yeah. So this is the final thing now. We're going to throw this out and then we're going to go to a break. Luke Brown said, he's back home by the way, pick up yourself, Luke. I am hurt and outraged by the discovery of the fact that the body recently found on Murray's Road was that of Precious Williams. I know Precious and her family very well. We have a long-standing relationship and I feel their current pain. I remember that Precious won the prize for Most Improved Student when she graduated from the Cyan Hill Government School. We had great hopes for her. I never expected that her life would be cut short and brought to an end in such tragic circumstances. We as a community must ensure that the perpetrator of this gruesome and heinous crime is brought to justice and meets an appropriate punishment. We must preserve as a society high regard for the sanctity of life. We must vigorously pursue the ideal of an end to violence against women, girls, and people everywhere. And with that, we're going to take a break. Keep the responses coming. We still have some more to go through, some voice notes to play. So the discussion continues after the digital state of emergency mix right here on The Wake Up Call.